I'm Kerry Fink with Helping Seniors of Brevard, and it's a pleasure to have you with us today for Helping Seniors Update. Today is Monday, and it is May 18th, and I have the pleasure of having with us today Kim Bernard, who's our education specialist. He holds down the Helping Seniors office, takes care of the all the calls that are coming in on the Helping Seniors information helpline. Hi, Kim. How are you doing today?
Hi, Kerry. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Good. Well, hopefully we're all staying safe and following
hmm
all the governor's precautions. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Senior Information Helpline today. I just want to
hmm
share a couple of things because we're now into what's called full phase one reopening
hmm
as of today, Monday, which means gyms can operate beginning today.
hmm
Restaurants are able to operate at 50% capacity. Retail shops, museums, and libraries are also able to operate at 50% capacity. Theme parks are now able to start submitting reopening plans. Obviously, it will have to come later when that's approved, but their reopening plans are supposed to include dates for reopening. So obviously, we're starting to move in the right direction. All that movie theaters are still not yet open, but seems like we're moving in the right direction. Apparently, you can even get back to things like playing golf. So it seems like as long as we're doing social distancing and doing the right things, it seems like we're moving in the right direction. And so, with that, Kim, I wanted to ask you a little bit. I know our offices, which are located in the Senior Resource Center of Brevard, which is beachside and co-located with Zon Beachside there, because we're trying to follow all the restrictions that are in place, and especially for vulnerable populations like in assisted living homes. It's just not prudent yet for us to have the office open. So we are doing just as the governor has said, working everything from home offices and making everything work. And one thing that has been working kind of nonstop, of course, is that senior information helpline at 321 473 7770. 321 473 7770. And as a little bit of a preface, I want to remind you, viewer, that over the time that Helping Seniors has been in operation, Joe, when he founded the whole organization, he had a vision that we really need to have a way for seniors to get answers to questions that they need. We do a lot of media outbound, between the TV programs on Space Coast Government TV, the weekly radio show every Wednesday at 12 noon on WEJF, all the things that we put out on the internet, and of course, the Helping Seniors newsletter published in the center of Senior Scene magazine, all of Joe's articles. But still, that's like a broadcast. And what we really exist to do is help people when they have a problem. And so, Kim, when that happens, they're calling you. So tell me a little bit about how what you've seen as we've been moving through this COVID time in our lives.
I actually have seen people wanting to help, which I think was kind of surprising, especially being seniors. The thought was, wow, they actually want to be out there helping. I had one gentleman call in and he had free time on his hands. He's retired engineer, and he told me he has nothing to do. And he wanted something to do. So I said, well, I think it would be great if you delivered Meals on Wheels, and because they need people. So I gave him the point of contact, and off he went. He was off and running. Just another question that people are having, of course, is about a car raffle. I get those calls every day.
Mm-hmm.
When is the car raffle? Did you have it yet? Are you going to plan another date? If so, when and where, etc. So unfortunately, we don't know where. Rather, we just know what the date is going to be.
Right. I was going to say, we do know where.
No, we know where. We just don't know when.
Right. Right. In fact, we were talking about that just before the broadcast. We were both speaking with Joe earlier over the weekend, and then you earlier today. And Joe, of course, is in the process of working with Mark Pylock and the team of American Muscle Car Museum. And this whole thing is sort of like a complex process to move through, because obviously until the governor allows for larger gatherings and things like that, and this is certainly a larger gathering, we have
many more than 10.
and then the flip side is we're all anxious to really get into the final run up to the grand prize drawing and figure out who's going to win their choice of these amazing cars. Again, it's a 2020 Chevrolet Camaro, 2020 Dodge Challenger, a 2020
Hmm.
Kia Sportage, or a 2020 Mazda Miata
Right.
convertible. Just amazing cars from
Right.
the collection of beautiful dealerships that AJ Hires has. And so
Hmm.
I know Joe and AJ and Mark have all been trying to get this triangulated as to that date.
Hmm.
So that will be coming.
Right.
And we promise you will be the first to hear about it here on Helping
Hmm.
Seniors Updates. But then you were
Right.
telling me too, life goes on, and you're getting calls from people who are moving into
All
the
over.
area in the middle of all of
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah, I just had one before, I accepted, our conference here, from a woman who is actually taking on her 94-year-old aunt. The aunt lives in Burlington, New Jersey.
Mhm.
I won't give any names, of course. And the caregiver that was taking care of her is now going into hospice.
Hmm.
So nobody's available except for family down here in Brevard County. So as a result, in 2 weeks, this woman's life is going to be completely changed. She doesn't know where to turn, what questions to ask, and to whom those questions go to. So when she called me this morning, we had a nice long discussion, and she told me that I am the only person who is actually having a conversation with her and answering her questions that are much needed to be answered. She is very frustrated, scared, worried. What do we do? She's 94 years old.
Yeah,
Um,
no doubt. And
there's a lot of needs.
that is
Hmm.
one of the things that I think people may not understand when they support the
Hmm.
work of helping seniors. They
Right,
go, well, where is my money? What am I doing when I support you guys? And see, Joe
right.
has always had this from the very get go. Joe is the
Hmm.
guy who founded the Alzheimer's Foundation. He's the
Hmm.
one that they named the Joe's Club after
Hmm.
because he did all the work to get all that established. And the same
Hmm.
thing, he led the fight to get this helpline established because he said,
Hmm.
we have referral numbers. There's places you can call in the county, and somebody will
Right.
do their best to look up a number and say, here, call these people. But I think
Hmm.
one of the key differences that people really need to understand about helping seniors is that you
Hmm.
really take the time to get involved to not only
Right.
direct them in the right direction,
Hmm.
but
Right.
to have a conversation and help them.
Right.
Was that the right first step? Do we need to think of another? And you really take it to heart and try to make a valuable impression and help to people when they call in.
She even told me that since I'm such a great help to her, that I will be hearing from her again, and probably a few times after.
Yeah, I
um,
was going to say, I think when we've talked about this before, on the
right.
average, you find that it
Hmm.
takes a number of calls to really
It
assist the
does.
caller. It's not just like, here's a number, have a nice
Right.
day, right?
Right. Exactly. It actually develops into a personal relationship in a way, because they feel comfortable with me. And they've even said it. They say it all the time. Oh my gosh, you're the only person that actually talks to me, or I'm not getting, a recorded message to leave a phone number, or a message rather, voicemail. Um, I mean, they just seem to take a liking to me because I always answer their questions, and
Well, and
then some.
it's not only that, but you're very
Right.
knowledgeable. It's interesting
Right.
because of your background, and you have some
Hmm.
experience from the legal side, working
Right.
and assisting
Hmm.
attorneys on that side, and then
Right.
you have
Hmm.
a lot of nonprofit experience too.
Right.
Helping
Exactly.
people along,
Hmm.
and then plus when you put together the work that you and Joe have done, and put together
Hmm.
the list of contacts and
Right.
people that you're able to connect with when things come up,
Hmm.
it really makes a powerful difference. I wanted to also ask you to talk just for a moment about
Hmm.
you did a tremendous thing. It's on the Helping Seniors Updates page, which you can
Hmm.
get to from the Helping
Right.
Seniors website or directly at helpingseniorsupdates.com.
Hmm.
That's helpingseniorsupdates.com. And you put together a fantastic list because you were getting a lot of calls from people looking where to get food
Right.
and things like that.
Pet food. Pet food has been a biggie,
Hmm.
and a lot of seniors unfortunately can't get out. Um, I refer them to the Space Coast Kibble Kitchen. There's two
Hmm.
locations. There's one in Barefoot Bay,
Hmm.
and that telephone number is going to be 772-539-2417. And the one that is actually held in Melbourne at the Wickham Park,
Hmm.
that one is 321-586-2242. Seniors can either go to the sites and pick up food, or hopefully they're doing some delivery as well for homebound seniors.
No, that's good. And we'll make sure that we
Hmm.
put those phone numbers onto the
Right.
Helping Seniors Updates page
Hmm.
because you did a great
Right.
job in pulling together a list of
Hmm.
food banks and even
Right.
things that are available for your pets too,
Hmm.
because as we
Yeah.
get through this COVID-19 thing together,
Hmm.
it's good.
Right.
It's good to have those tools. So I
Definitely.
guess I'm trying to think of the things that we want to make sure that folks are up to date on. Do you have any other
Hmm.
tips or recommendations that we should let seniors know about and people who care about
Right.
seniors? I know we talked about masks, and you had a
Hmm.
couple
Right.
of spots that you identified that you can actually find
Mhm.
masks.
I do actually. Ace Hardware has
Uh-huh.
masks, and they also have hand sanitizer,
Oh,
which is,
good.
yes, hand sanitizer. Etsy online, ETSY. That's www.etsy.com. That's on the web. They have masks. They're homemade masks,
Hmm.
but they're washable.
Right.
So that would be helpful. And also Sam's Club and BJ's. But I will tell you this, whenever you go to Sam's Club or BJ's, you have to get there early in the morning for no matter what it is you're purchasing, whether it
Mhm.
be toilet paper, toilet tissue, anything, paper towels, you name it. You have got to get online early. And you will stand online with people,
And
and they only allow certain people in.
and they're still doing number of these stores are still doing the senior hours first thing, right, to make it easier for the seniors.
Publix is still doing senior hours, and I'm pretty sure that Sam's and BJ's is doing it as well.
That's
Yeah,
good.
and also, of course, our first responders are also getting in an earlier time on certain days.
As they
Mhm.
should. They deserve that.
Absolutely,
And
for
we're
sure.
so appreciative for everybody that stood
Hmm.
on the front lines,
Right.
medically and all these other
Hmm.
other places to just keep us safe in our area. And it's so good that we're sort of on this
Hmm.
reopening side of things. And viewer, we promise to keep you updated on everything. We're looking forward to announcing the car raffle date
Hmm.
because we're all looking forward to that big event.
Hmm.
It's funny. I was saying like it's a big event with a couple of thousand people who show up, and yet
Right.
even as you know how large Mark's museum is,
Hmm. Right.
it's not hard to maintain social distancing because there's
Right.
just so many things to look at. By the
Right.
time
Exactly.
2,000 people get in there and move
Hmm.
around, you still haven't filled the building.
Right. That's
You've got
true.
that many
That's
cars.
true.
It's that much fun.
Hmm. Right.
All right, Kim. Any final
Mhm.
thoughts, and then we'll be back on Wednesday.
I would just say pretty much, as a senior citizen, only go out if you really have to,
Hmm.
because you're more susceptible to getting this, unfortunately, than someone, say, who was younger. I mean, everyone can get it, unfortunately, but seniors, are much more easily compromised for this.
I think safe is good,
Hmm.
and that's the right
Yes.
way to do it. And so,
Hmm.
viewer, we're going to sign off from Helping Seniors Updates for today on Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday. My guest Wednesday will be Barb
Hmm.
McIntyre of Reverse Mortgage Lending.
Hmm.
She is actually also going to be on the radio with us 12 noon on WEJF. So go ahead and mark your calendar
Hmm.
for that 12 noon Wednesday at 90.3 FM WEJF. Joe Steckler and myself and Barb McIntyre is going to be there, and we're going to have a special segment with Dr. Lee Sheldon talking about how they have made a lot of adjustments. Even though it was a very safe office before, it's even safer with some of the things that they've done now to make the patient experience safe for the patient, the staff,
Hmm.
and everybody connected. So we'll see you Wednesday for Helping
Hmm.
Seniors Update. Hope you have a good week from here to there. I'm Kerry Fink on behalf of Joe Steckler, Kim Bernard, and the entire Helping Seniors team. Hope you have a good week.